Hello everybody and welcome. Congratulations on becoming chapter number 6, guys. I think this was well earned. We have, let's see what our current total is right now. We're sitting at 316 accounts in our little shindig over here in WoW Classic, over on the old Blanchy server. Today I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the differences between an adventure and a chapter. The first thing that you'll notice is this little box up in the top right which says Honorary Chapter 6 World of Warcraft Classic. Oh wow, it's not capturing my cursor. Let me see if I can fix that. Alright, now you got my cursor. So the star, if it's empty, let me click that real quick. So if you have a hollow star, that means that you're not part of that chapter. To join a chapter, you just click the star. It's going to take a moment. I think you're all pulling up my website. Yep. So this is what it looks like when you aren't joined. You just click the join button, and it'll join you into that chapter.
I don't have any of anything. How can I get all my stuff?
I'm not sure what you're looking
All
at.
my bookmarks.
We'll have to import your bookmarks and stuff, but let's do that later. If you want LastPass, go install the extension again, the plugin.
All right. So if you don't have a push talk key, go ahead and set a push talk key. That way you're not accidentally talking.
Yeah, keep in mind that your private conversations, if you have an open mic, are going to be broadcast on Twitch, so you may want to set that.
There is no such thing. Extension.
Are you?
All right, there we go.
And they're not listening.
No, it's okay. Alrighty, so once you've joined the chapter, you will basically have all of the WoW Classic stuff. So when you click on Lead, if you are a lore gear or higher, you will see a new little box pop up. Everyone's doing it at the same time. So up here, these are all the chapters that you're part of. Down below, you'll see all the adventures that you're part of. If you don't see one that should be on there, you can go to full directory and add another adventure. Right here, you'll see World of Warcraft Classic. I will go ahead and take you through some of the leadership things right away. Click on that, and you're trying to lead an event. It'll take you to the next little page. Which will be right here. So there are two things now, where before you only had the timed events, now you also get the Lead a Conquest option. So you go ahead and click Lead a Conquest, and that'll take you over to the Conquest Manager. Now, conquests are based on objectives. So if your mission is to go out there and kill a bunch of things and actually complete objectives, this is the one that you want to do. If you're just practicing things, like if you're staging a practice raid, or you're holding a fishing event, or you have a roleplay event, or something where you're just going to sit there and craft with a bunch of people, then do timed event. But if you're going to go out there and kill some big baddies, feel free to use the conquests. So here you will have the option of selecting an event. So if you look, you can get your, fortunately my push talk key closes that menu, but you can look at your events there. So like if you set your event manager has an event set for that, you can select that title. Otherwise you can select one of the defaults, which all the dungeons should be listed there, all the raids should be listed there. So for funsies, I'll just choose Nomergaden. Okay, so now we have different objectives here. Now, unless you are a high rank warlord, you won't see this up here. This should be hidden from you. This is for when you run multiple events. Hold on a second, let me get rid of that. So what this is like, usually it's used for PvP, where you have multiple raid groups operated by one person. So one person is saying, you know, raid group 1, go over here and do this. Raid group 2, go over there and do this. Raid group 3, go over there and do this. And each of those raid groups has their own leader that's in charge of that raid that's going to go do some task. That's when you use the co-leads. In WoW, I don't know that we'll ever really use it. I don't think there's anything where you need multiple, like 3 different raid groups going.
AQ40.
What is it?
AQ40.
I
It's
don't-
typical to take 2 to 3 raid groups into it.
It's
But
Entourage.
would they be doing different things, or would they be doing the same thing?
They will be doing different things because there are 4 groups that are separate, and each group goes to a different part of the.
Okay, then that would probably be a situation that you use it. It's not what has been abused in the past is people do a dungeon run and they set a co-lead as the guy that's joined the dungeon and is helping them lead. This isn't a they're helping you lead. This is they are leading their own independent group as part of the bigger warforce. So they're a whole separate entity that follows your orders, but they have the right to call their own abilities. And basically what this does is it gives that person half the leadership credit that you would normally earn, and it gives them half the participation credit that they'd normally earn.
So it also working like PvP, like a Rathi Basin when it finally launches.
That would most likely be a group.
Or, I'm sorry,
that would be a
Outbreak
single.
Valley.
That would probably be a single thing. I don't think that you'd be running multiple raids in there,
Yeah.
but it could. I don't know. But the things that we have here, we have the dungeon objectives. So like if you were doing Nomergaden, each boss that you killed, you would click one of the green skulls. That means that a boss died. Each of the green chests means that you've completed the dungeon. So after you get a bunch in there, you get that dungeon done. So you click the little green chest. The diamond on the head, that's a rare creature, so that's when you see a silver portrait. The gold creatures, let me see if I can find one real quick, and I'll flip over here and show you. Was scouting him out, and then somebody came and killed it. Yeah. Where did he go? There he is. Okay. Top of my screen. That is your gold skull. So they have a gold dragon portrait. This is a named creature. This doesn't work when you're in a dungeon and every mob has a gold dragon around it. This only works when it's a unique mob that drops unique loot. So only use that in that situation. The white skull is for the big raid bosses that just got added to the game in the open world. Those are your world bosses. So those shouldn't be claimed by 1 or 2 people. That should be, when you claim that, you had better have 20 people claiming it with you. Because if not, it will sound alarms on my front. So, and then I'll start questioning whether or not you're actually doing world bosses or if you're just clicking the button to get more points. Yes, I'm helping somebody kill Hogger while I'm live streaming.
I couldn't kill Hogger by myself. Let me get my butt down there.
Alright, and then the next one's the PvP. When this gets added, you'll be able to use that to claim victories. Now the thing is you only claim victories, you do not claim defeats. We do not celebrate our defeats, we celebrate our victories. Sometimes our victories take a lot of defeats to get there, but we're definitely after the victories. Raiding is the red skull, and then the red chest. So when you complete a raid, you click off that red chest. You only click off the red chest if you've completed it, as in killed all of the bosses. Now, normally you will not go and do, if you're in a raid killing stuff, you wouldn't click raid boss, and then, oh, I killed a gold mob. It would be one or the other. So if you're killing raid bosses, and they're named raid bosses in there, there is the event where you get the silver rare creature inside of a dungeon, and in that case it'd be okay to click the little black skull. If it's got the silver dragon around its portrait and a unique name, you can use that. But don't click, like if I kill a boss, I'm not going to click this and then click this because it has a gold portrait. It's one or the other. And everything for raids has pretty much been totaled into how much you earn for that particular raid. So you'll click multiple bosses and then you'll click the raid bonus. The completion basically just gives you a bonus credit. So once you're done, you click End Event, and that will send you back to the screen, and you'll have your little battle recap. You can copy and paste this code, and people can claim it, so you can send that over to your raid group. I forgot to point that out. So when you're in game, you just type /RA space and then paste that in there, and then everybody in your raid can go claim participation for that event. So that's pretty much how that's done. Your event manager is going to be up in the top left. You click on that, and then click on Event Manager. This is for scheduling events. This is not for claiming participation or leadership or any of that. This is simply for scheduling events. So you'll select WoW Classic, and then you decide what kind of event you're going to do. Say I want to do a raiding event. Select raiding, and I create event. Now I have some more options. I can set the min level, so say it's a level 60 raid. Shows me what raids I have available right here. You have the days, like if it's a repeating thing, you just set 7 days. So it repeats every 7 days. You can set the date, time right there, name it. Parent event is used when you have say this event was created to be a raid event, and we raid every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the same raid. You'd basically select that in the Wednesday and Friday raid. You'd select out of here, and then everything would get totaled up into this one event. Then also for raids, you want to do pre-made group. Toggle that little guy on. Down here, you'll have your raid group set up, so you can click on these. Select a player. So right there, I got Bubkiss, level 56 mage. You can set up your groups right here of the people that are signed up or have requested to be a part of it. You can basically then leave the other slots empty, and it'll allow people to sign up for the event. Now, if I was doing a real raid, I would hope I would be putting special requirements here. You need to be very detailed. I will cover this more tomorrow during our raiding with Gaiscioch thing. But you really want to use the special requirements. You can type it up in Google Docs, copy and paste it in there. Same thing with loot rolls. Very important that you put everything out there in the open with raids, otherwise people get a little testy. Now that I have that event, go back to the home page real quick. Now, if you ever find yourself on the main Gaiscioch site and you want to know how to get to the WoW site, this little drop down right here, you'll have WoW Classic. That should be there now. Down here, this is the cool part. As we run events, you will see these numbers increase. So pretty much these are all my test events that I'm going to be using, and then those will get deleted, and it'll start all at 0. So you guys will see your numbers going up as a community, and how many times we've done things. Down here, you'll find the main Gaiscioch events. So these are all locked to the header. They're important events that if you want to be a part of things, I highly recommend you attend. There will be WoW events that eventually show up there. If there's a special WoW event that we put on, our Extra Life always shows up there, for the kids event. Anytime that we're doing real world meetups, anytime we schedule one of those, we post it up there. This is pretty much the big dates that we want you to know about. Your other events will show up down here. So upcoming events, this is everything in the community, what's going on right now. So you can find, oh, there's a sample raid event here. Click on that, you would see the event record for that. Oh, one moment. And this page is going to change quite drastically here soon, but for the most part, this is where it's at right now. You can pretty much add it to your calendar. So if you wanted to add it to Google Calendar, click on that little guy. It'll open up Google Calendar for you. Boom. So now you can add it to your schedule. Save it, and it'll show up in your Google Calendar. And the nice thing about Google Calendar is it'll sync to your phone, it'll sync to your tablets, sync to your computers, sync to everything you use. You can even set reminders. So that's a little button to do that. You can also do it to your Outlook calendar, and then if you're using an iPhone, you can use this iCal to get it. Now the cool thing is that these events will total up past events, and in the future it's actually going to have even a leaderboard on that event that shows of the people that have come to that event, who has been there the most times, and who has killed the most bosses, who has completed the most dungeons. It'll actually have its own little leaderboard with that particular event. So when you run a long-term recurring event, it could be a little competition going on between you and your friends of who's doing the most and getting the most and having some fun with that. People love numbers. One thing I wanted to show you is, say you wanted to go to this Dead Mines event, right? Just click the little star. And what that does is it adds it to your calendar. So over here on your agenda, this will show all the events you've scheduled, and it will show all the events that you've started. So I just said I was available to that. I still need to roll over all of the adventure events and turn them into chapter events now that we are closing down the adventure and launching the chapter. So now this event is right here on my left hand side, so I'll be able to attend that. If I sync my calendar, I can sync it to my phone, same way I did the other one. So you can get it to Google your calendar on Outlook or on your phone just by hitting the sync calendar button. And then the other thing, claiming characters. Big to do. This is different. You just click the little plus. And I am going to make those tooltips show up above the button rather than in the button. It doesn't really work when it's working like that. So basically you click to claim your characters, you browse through here, find your character. I don't have one to show you, but all you do is click claim and it'll add it to your little character list. It's really important that you do that. That way we have less people in the wind. There's over 200 people right now that haven't claimed a character. Really want to kind of nail that down. And it also allows us to promote you in game. So when I do a roster sync, it'll tell me so-and-so needs to be promoted because they're, characters don't have ranks, players do. So if you don't link your character to a player, it doesn't have a rank. So to get that rank, you gotta link it to you. And then once you do that, then I can promote you. Because then I say, oh look, so-and-so is a lock. I need to promote you up to lock. But until we know who those characters belong to, there's no way to tell. So that's that. Aside from that, you can go to members. I will have the WoW tab up there soon, so you can see all the WoW members. For the most part, that's going to be where you can check the member list. Marketplace will be accessible here soon. Nothing here yet. Nothing to see here. Even if you were to go there right now, I had to disable it because Varder was really ambitious and wanted to get in there and start ordering stuff. Yep. You'll also have the news down on the bottom left. This will fill up as we move forward, but this will be where you go for the marketplace. In the marketplace, you're going to be able to post requests for materials and crafted goods, and other players can fill those orders. So you can order them by earning vault credits, which you earn by participating in events and filling out work orders yourself. So that'll be a nice little fun thing that you can do, and helps everybody out. You don't have to spend gold to go get something. You can let other members know that you need something. It's really useful. So far, since its creation in 2010, we've filled 103,203 orders. So you can tell it's used in our other chapters quite extensively. Most likely it will be the same thing here. All right. Does anyone have any questions up till now?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
The credits that we already have, having been members of Gaiscioch for a while, do they apply, or is a World of Warcraft credit separate?
We do not run a guild in game. We are a community out of game that plays guilds together or games together. So anything that you do in WoW is transferable to Guild Wars 2, transferable to World of Warcraft, transferable to Conqueror's Blade, whatever else we play, some game in the future, Gaiscioch Online, we will have the same credits go everywhere. All your ranks come with you wherever you go. Everything that you do comes with you. The game could have the plug pulled tomorrow. We don't know. It could. You know, who knows? Blizzard could go offline, and then all of a sudden, no more WoW. And you're still going to be the same rank. You're still going to have the same credits. You're still going to be a part of this community, no matter where we end up.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
You just showed where to go to fill orders. Can you tell me again one more time? I'm
That'll
sorry.
be on the marketplace up at the top, the
Yes.
little treasure chest.
Yes.
That will be where you go in the future. It'll probably take me another week to get it finalized and done.
Oh, okay. Because I've been in there and I tried to find those and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's because there's no orders to be placed yet. When the
All
doors
right.
open and I open the doors, I'll let you guys know, and pretty much it'll be a rat race to who fills out the various recipes. So you're not going to want to use websites because a lot of the websites have the retail version of the recipes. There are a few classic sites starting to pop up, but for the most part, the data is mostly the retail stuff. So you're going to actually want to open up your crafting recipe.
Wildhead
actually,
Classic. Sorry,
So-
Wildhead Classic has all the current recipes.
Yeah, but some of those are wrong. I've actually found several recipes in there that do not exist in Classic. They have like
Okay.
artifacts and whatnot that are literally errors. Because people install the mod, and the mod uploads that data to their servers, and that's how their servers get it. But some people ran that mod on the live instead of the Classic, and some junk data got in there. So I was originally going to pull that feed, but then I found a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist in Classic. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way. But this allows you, like, you just open up the recipe and you say, okay, it needs 2 bolts of silk cloth. So in the drop-down, you would select 2 bolts of silk cloth, two blue dyes, and 1 fine thread. And then you basically submit it with the name of the item. And then that adds that recipe to our database. You get 10 discovery points for every one that you do. So you can earn points towards being able to use the... Basically, every time that you earn a honor point in our system, you gain a vault credit. So if you earn 10 discovery points, you're going to get 10 vault credits. So if you add 10 of these, it'd be 100 vault credits. Now vault credits can also be used for other things like buying actual games in our loot vault. I can show you that area too. This is probably the best kept secret of Gaiscioch. We kind of have our own storefront. And we fill it with a bunch of the humble bundles and fanaticals and any kind of giveaway keys that we have that are left over, we stick in there. Over on the main www.gaiscioch.com, you click on Marketplace.
Also, if I could mention, sometimes developers ask us to beta test their games.
Yes, but that won't be in the loot vault.
Okay.
Loot vault has largely been stocked up by me. I'd say about 95% of the keys here are all loot or provided by me. Just from humble bundles and fanaticals and all kinds of other things. But yeah, so for 40,000 vault credits, you can get Dark Souls 2. And there are literally thousands of games in here. So if you're like one of these people that has, 100,000 vault credits and you don't know what to do with them, you can just buy yourself a new game. It's that easy.
So for every time you claim participation in a game, you get 1 vault credit. Any other credits that you get?
You get a vault credit for every honor point that you earn. So if that event that you claim participation in is worth 120 fellowship points, you get 120 vault credits too.
And if I do that in ESO, I can use the vault credits in WoW, right?
Yes. Yep. Doesn't matter where you earn the vault credits, you can use them anywhere. That's the reason why our system doesn't run off auction halls. We run it off our own internal economic system, so that Guild Wars 2 is balanced with ESO, and which is balanced with World of Warcraft, so that any currency that you earn from game to game can come across and buy stuff in the other game.
I have a question.
Sure.
With the recipes and stuff, if somebody already put it in, can you still get credit?
No.
No.
First to discover. And you'll even be on that actual recipe page, it'll say discovered by so-and-so on whatever date. If there's a duplicate,
thank you.
it literally will say, sorry, it's already been discovered. There will be a little automatic pop-up, so like when you're typing the name in, it'll show you any items that have that same name, so you know not to enter it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anyone else?
Man, I have Twitch full screen. And I was just trying to figure out why I can't click my browser. And it's yours.
Yep. It doesn't work so well. That click-through just doesn't do it.
No, it doesn't.
I have to go through window on the bottom, the on your keyboard. Push the window button.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have two screens open, so it was just where my browser normally is.
So as we proceed and we move further into being a full-fledged chapter, I will have more things popping up here for you guys. You all do know how to claim participation, I hope. You basically take that code that the leader gives you, you punch it in this little box up here. Click claim, and that'll claim that. If you're late to the party and it's after a day, so the codes are only good for a day. So if you come after that day, you scroll down here to recent events and say, oh, look, let's go to this dungeon event with Trithian. So I click on that. And then you click the little select all. And then you click claim selected objectives. And that will claim everything there. When you do that, you'll see that claim status shows up right there. Ta-da! So you got claimed. Now, if you go, oh wow, I didn't mean to claim this one, select it and click unclaim selected objectives. So you can, using the checkboxes, you can both claim and unclaim things. Now, do not claim stuff that you did not attend. I grow very suspicious sometimes, and it will give me little red flags when people are claiming multiple things happening at the same time. So be very careful that you are claiming what you actually attended. If a leader of an event reports back to me that you are claiming their event and you didn't attend it, it will be a talk between you and I. Honor and integrity are our biggest assets. We do not want to compromise those.
Okay, so if you attended an event but you weren't there for the whole time, then you should never use the code, right? You should do it manually and just claim the selected items to.
You can use the code.
Times that.
You can use the code. The thing I recommend doing is use the code when you attend the event, because whenever you leave and walk out that door, you're claiming everything up till then. If your raid leader posts something after that, that won't get claimed too. It's only the stuff up till that moment when you put in that code. So don't use the code, like if your raid leader gives a code 15 minutes into the event, don't use it right then and there, because you're only going to claim the first 15 minutes of that event. You want to wait until you're done participating to claim that, use that code. And you can always go in there and unclaim selected objectives. So you can say, okay, I wasn't there for these last 3 items, so I'm going to click off those 3 and then click unclaim selected objectives. So the code isn't just it claims everything or nothing. It's literally, you can go to that page and choose what you want after the fact. This is just easier to help people in the door to claim their participation. It essentially does this very same thing that clicking the select all and then clicking claim selected objectives does. Any other questions?
I'm good. Thank you, Fog.
Is there any Gaiscioch merchandise listed in the vault or under the vault?
Under, like, for the loot vault, the only thing there is patches, and I must warn you, I'm a little backlogged on patches. I had to order some more. I plan on getting them out the door here very soon, and yeah, I'm about half a year behind, so sorry about that.
What about hats and shirts
No.
and that jersey, things like that?
No, because all that stuff I'd have to pay for out of pocket myself. It's not something I can get for free. It's literally, it costs something. Every one of those games I paid for. It's not like somebody's giving me games to give away. Those are pretty much me buying those games for you guys. Anything that's in there was pretty much out of my own pocket.
Do you have a link to the website though that sells that stuff, right?
Yes. Go into Marketplace, over on the right-hand side, you'll see merchandise. Everything that we have in the merchandise section, don't get the illusion that I'm making money off this. Everything is listed at cost. I did that because I don't want to make money on this. I want this to be a hobby, and it's going to stay a hobby.
I have a question.
Sure.
Welcome to in the marketplace, right?
Yes.
There is 4 games listed, but not World of Warcraft.
That's because the World of Warcraft Marketplace isn't done yet.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So that's the shop over at Mojo USA. This is where our athletics team gets their gear. They got workout clothes, everything. In all 3 of our styles. So if you're looking for a polo or a jersey, highly recommend that. Don't buy their hats. Their hats aren't great. If you want hats, go over to Zazzle. Zazzle has some pretty good hats.
I like the coffee cups.
I have a question about the jerseys and stuff.
Sure.
Do they personalize them? Like put your character name on the back of them?
Yep,
like
they
a
sure
football
do.
jersey. Awesome.
Yeah, I've got one. It's cool.
Yep, they will, and it's dye sublimated fabric, so you can wash it, dry it. You don't have to worry about it fading. We've had the same football jersey for, I think, 6 years for our green jerseys, and we still use them. We haven't had a single one tear on us. They've been washed, they've been dry, they've seen all kinds of climates, and they are still just the same way that they were when we bought them. And the nice thing is you can order one at a time. Like, this is the one place in the world where I found that you don't have to bulk order everything. They allow you to order one at a time. Any other questions? Now, I will put the same offer out there for all of you guys. If you ever need a friend and you have anything going on in your life that's just too much, you let me know. I will personally call you. I don't care what time it is. I will reach out to you and call you. I just do not want any of you guys to ever just get beat up by life. So if it's real life or in-game, just let me know, and I'll do what I can. So I know I'm really strapped for time, but I always make time for friends. And you guys are all friends, and I care about all of you. So feel free to hit me up. I'm always in the top right of the Discord channel under the leadership tag. So it shouldn't be very hard to find me, to ping me.
Hey, Fog, this is Lilu. Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
So just recently, my husband and I, Iacona, met up with another guildie who happens to live where we do here in Texas, and it got me to thinking that having a Texas meetup might be cool. What would recommend as the best way to try to organize something like that, given the way that we have the website set up and everything? How do I start that?
The biggest thing is find a date and a place, and then we can put a post up on the things to get it as a highlighted post, and we can, let people know about it. It's just spreading the word. If we have more than a month leeway, I post in the newsletter, which is always helpful. I just need a little write-up from you about what you guys are going to be doing and where you're going to be doing it. I would not recommend doing it at anybody's house. Pick a public place. It makes people a lot more comfortable. They're at a place where it's neutral ground. When you do it at somebody's house, people kind of get a little weird. Especially for first-time visits, you definitely want to have it in a public place.
So there's a gaming convention in Austin that's associated with South by Southwest in March, and I was kind of looking at that.
Yeah, that might work. You just got to find a venue. A lot of times you can just crash at a bar. I mean, that's what we do at Fido's. We don't even have to reserve a table or anything. We just show up, and they usually will make it work. And we've been doing that for like 8 years.
I'm cool with crashing at a bar.
So, yeah, I mean, we're going to be holding a holiday party here in Portland towards the middle of December at a local pizzeria that has a little play area for kids. Got a few families with young ones, so we figured that would be fun. And that'll be going up on the calendar here soon. We have a lot of people in a lot of places. Gaiscioch in its entirety has over 8,000 members. About 700 of those are active at this moment. So yeah, and our emails get read by all of those people. Every month we send a newsletter to all the 8,000 of those people.
Awesome.
Cool, thank you.
So you never
Hey,
know.
I'm in for Texas.
Yeah, I
That's
wish I could
right.
be in for Texas. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, we definitely have to schedule a barbecue sometime. Might have to road trip for that. Alright, if nobody else has any questions, I will be happy to let you guys go. I just wanted to make this quick little video and show you guys what's different. It's not going to be going through the adventure section anymore. Everything's going to be right there on the front page, easy to get to. Be sure to claim those characters, guys. Really need you to claim those characters.
A question about that.
Yes.
How long does it take for a character to show up on the web page after you join the guild?
It depends on who's parsing and when. I know Izzy and myself, Varder, I believe, parses. Literally, I'll show you. This is how hard it is.
Yeah, between the three of us, we're getting the roster updated almost every day.
So, G-dump with my little roster export. Open that up. Flip back over to the Gaiscioch site. Elder only tool here. Just paste that right in there. Import. Done. Now everyone's characters are parsed. And I know you have like 50 characters. We know that you have some serious altitis, and that's cool. And then it gives us this nice little list of who to promote. So that's how I do promotions every day. When you guys see me spamming, that's how, right there. It tells me, okay, this person is OPA, so he needs to be promoted up to veteran member. And if that character doesn't have anything linked to it, I don't know who it is, so I can't promote it. So that's why you want to claim your characters. So there you have it. That's about it. Any final questions? I felt somebody almost ask a question right there. I felt it. Alright guys, I will let you go. Feel free to hit me up anytime. I will be up in the general lobby for probably the remainder of the day working on the marketplace. Feel free to jump in there and chat at me. Thanks guys.
Thank you for your